Good morning, fellas. Kyle, start with you. Just in terms of everything that happened in the 48 hours, to think about it and your part in it. What kind of things have been rolling through your mind as you prepared for your exit meeting today?
Yeah, I mean it's still pretty raw. Almost feels like a missed opportunity the way that we were playing. We were rolling pretty good going into the playoffs, and you almost blink and it's over. It's you can't believe it. I'm sure we'll go over obviously X's and O's what we need to do differently, but just emotionally, I'm just pretty devastated for sure.
You've had lots of experiences with deep runs over your careers. Can you maybe describe the differences between what you experienced here and what you experienced in some of those deeper runs?
Yeah, no, it's tough. It felt like things were going to go a lot differently, but it's one of those things where it is what it is, and we gotta try and move forward and get better from it. It sucks what happened, but you you can't dwell on it, and you gotta move forward. So.
I know you won earlier in your career, but how does a team go about bridging the gap and taking the next step when it falls short in other areas?
Yeah, it's one of those things you gotta work and you gotta figure out the little details and the little things and um, go from there. But as of right now, it's one of those things where I haven't really thought much about it. I haven't had my meeting with Bones yet or any of that. But it's one of those things where, like Casey said, we were playing so well, and then come playoff time, we couldn't find a way and played against a really good team, and they did a lot of the things better than us.
Kyle, a lot of guys have used the missed opportunity. How do you ensure that the next opportunity isn't one that's missed?
Yeah, like Tyler was saying, you got to learn from it and go from it. Obviously, everything that happens out there, win or loss, it's a chance to get better and improve and yeah, come together better as a group.
Kyle, playoffs can be the ultimate small sample size. We saw a large sample size of this team during the season. Is it fair to say, and almost the sense we're getting from some players, is that it's not so much that you lost to a really good Colorado team, but almost more how you lost this series that's the most frustrating?
Yeah, I mean we had glimpses. We've shown that we're a pretty dominant team against them. I mean we've obviously our regular season record is it's one thing. It seems like they made some pretty good adjustments, and we weren't ready for it. Didn't counter back with it, or for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. And that's every one of us have to take a look in the mirror. And personally, it's we got it better. It's unacceptable, and it's a tough business. Everybody wants to win here, but that's what we strive for. You try to be the best you can be.
And just on in that sense, I mean, we were sitting here a year ago talking to you about very similar exit from the playoffs, win the game one, lose the next four. But is there a real? Do you get a sense that there's a different feeling around the room this year compared to 365 days ago?
Um, I mean, we've won two playoff games in the last 2 years, so it's where we it's pretty similar feeling. I mean, you could say the way we lost, we arguably played one of our best games in Game Five. I thought we've put up a pretty good fight. We played well. We switched up a lot of things, and you could see the results right away. So I mean, you can kind of find a silver lining in that, but at the same time, we look at it's a result-based business here, and like I said, 2 wins. It's we need better for sure from everybody, myself included.
Talking about that, Kyle, sometimes results, or lack thereof, can hide progress. I'm wondering, in your time here, have you seen growth in the way that this team approaches the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, every year is so different too. Um, the way your team's built, the way it's coming together. When it playoffs, it's kind of a weird thing. When you get in there, um, it's kind of takes a story of its own animal. It's so much different than the regular season. Playing different team every single day. You play the same team. It's how are you gonna make the adjustments? How are you gonna establish you throw a wrinkle on there to create some kind of space. It's so tough to find space in the playoffs, and I think that's what it comes down to is, the one-on-one battle, the will, and, try to create a little space for your teammates.
Tyler, what are you able to or willing to share with us about how you approach your future?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like I've worked my way to an opportunity to see what's next, and whatever happens, happens. And it's one of those things you take it day by day. And obviously, things kind of happen much quicker than I would have liked, and we'll see kind of what happens, in the future here.
Kyle, there's been a lot of discussion about intensity and compete levels and sort of matching the Avalanche in that particular regard, and also about adjustments. And you said you guys changed a lot of things up in Game 5 and saw some results. It was an improved process, I think was clear. If you had to lean into one as the first step towards getting better and bridging that gap between where you guys got to and where you guys think you can get to, what is it?
I mean, I can speak from a player standpoint. I don't want to, management or, running of lines, or if I don't know what you're talking about and all that. But from a player standpoint, it's compete. That's what you can control. How you show up to the rink, and how you, all the coaching staff gives us a plan, and we've seen throughout the year the success that it's had. We were a pretty good team at times, and I think bottom line as players, we got to show up and compete. Thanks.